you know, Alaska's ahead, but there are some stretches where their offense dies down on the triangle. It's getting congested. Players are not cutting continuously, and this one they get not quite. And I spoke too soon as usual.
But you know, they're actually getting good shots. They've gotten a lot of looks close to the basket, but the finishing has left a lot to be desired.
We've got a 30-second timeout. The Jongyuch, is it the full? Okay. It's a good sized opening day crowd for the quarterfinals. Treated to two great games, and don't forget that Hanes is the official underwear of the PBA. Just a quick reminder, earlier tonight we had BMEG with James Yap firing away with 31 points, 4 assists. Kompletuhin na natin, 4 of 10 from 3-point distance, and just nailing it. Although nung dulo, si Simon yung dumiliver ng malaki.
Actually, Roger Yap had a big three, and PJ Simon, both of them had big threes. That 3-point shot, actually key for BMEG Derby Ace, especially in the fourth quarter where they hit 5 3-point shots.
And now, back to this one, down to the final 55 seconds. This offensive set down to its last 6. Cortez slipping. Timeout. Yata. Di kaya?
I think they're going to call LA Tenorio for this foul.
His first, just the second team foul, so fouls to spare by for Alaska rather.
Actually, itong dalawang team na to, these are the two teams that foul the least in terms of league average.
Actually, pinagkakatiwalaan nila yung quickness nila sundutin yung bola. In the meantime, Devance defying the attempt of Cortez to hit him with a steal from the blind side. Tenorio loves doing this when everything is still unset. He'll fire this 3.
Well, LA Tenorio going for a 2-for-1 situation there, just so that they have some time back, but then took it a little too late.
Feeling mo late?
Well, late? Because there's only a 1 second differential.
So in terms of time, ano ha? 3. No. Tim Con says, I'm not calling anything. We go, go, go. Should be interesting how the coaches will size up this low-scoring first half, which Alaska leads 34-30. Parang ano, no, dalawang boksingerong nasa gitna ng laban, nagtatansyahan pa rin. And Gino Rufino is quickly with the LA Tenorio.
Thanks, Seth. LA Tenorio, 6 points, 4 rebounds so far. Birthday boy, LA. Sabi nga ni Coach Tim Cone, it's about tempo, and more tempo. Right now, it's 34-30. Ito ba yung tempo yung gusto ng Alaska?
Nandun kami, pero kulang pa eh. We're still struggling, especially sa offensive side. So, kailangan pa namin ma-meet yung tempo na gusto namin.
Alright, what do you need to do in the second half in order to keep this up and in order to finish off in Ginebra?
We have to limit them, especially sa transition nila. That's the #1 weapon eh. So, we make a stop in transition. I think we have a good chance na manalo kami sa game na to.
Alright, LA, happy birthday and good luck sa second half. Alright, keep it here on Solar TV as Seb and Jason break down the first.
They've played each other so long through the history of the PBA, but in this game it looks like they're starting over as they're trying to feel each other out. The low-scoring first half play, both groping for form at certain junctures of the ballgame, but it should pick up in the second half. But Alaska with the early 4-point lead, Jason.
Well, you know, defensively, they talk about the offense of Ginebra and they talk about the set offense of Alaska, but defensively, they've always been very sound teams, and they made the other team suffer, especially field goal percentage-wise in this game, and they've done it to each other.
Okay, webpage. Pasok natin ang Alaska perspective para kay Jason.
Silipin muna natin sa Alaska. Ano ba sinabi natin? Slow and steady for Alaska. This was the one that Coach Tim Cone was talking about. It's all about tempo. You see the amount of points scored on the fast break? A total of 4. divided between the two of them, only 2 points each for both teams. So you can see that the tempo really going the way of Alaska so far in the game. Then we said it has to be showtime for LA. He's done very well. He's with the best local scorer for his team with 6 points and also getting 4 rebounds, which is a big plus from that point guard position. And boys under pressure, I think they've controlled this game very well in the sense that they have not allowed the crowd to get too involved in this game. Coach Tim Cone doing a magical job or a magnificent job of making sure that the runs of Barangay Ginebra doesn't get the crowd excited in this game.
Doesn't stay very long. On the other hand, let's flip it over to the webpage of Ginebra.
Para naman sa Barangay Ginebra, sabi nga natin kanina, ang kailangan nila gawin is they have to go deep. But so far, in terms of bench points, yes, they've gotten 10 points. But out of that 10, 6 points came from Sunday Salvacion. And then you look at it down the road, Rudy Hatfield, scoreless. Eric Menk, scoreless. Caguioa, 0. Miller, 0. And Enrico Villanueva, 0. So, you know, that vaunted depth of their team, unable to be used so far in this game. Those guys, some big names, some of them MVPs, still scoreless in this game. And then next up, they have to share the wealth. Yes, they've had 6 assists, but we talked about it during the game. We've seen many instances in this game where they have failed to move that basketball.
And we get quickly into the business of the third quarter. Seb Sarmiento, Jason Webb, and Gino Rufina taking care of your second game tonight. Francis Opilio is our director, of course. Got Mike San Juan with us here alongside Roy Lopez, our statistician. 11:46 to go as we are just starting. Excuse me, yeah. Parang yung drama button ng Ginebra hindi pa napipindot. There were some moments where it would start, but they're hopeful that Caguioa and company can get it going.
Well, here's one guy that can really get the crowd excited, especially by the way he scores. That's a good omen for Barangay Ginebra if Mark Caguioa gets that shot in.
34-32. Tenorio dropping it over now to Jody Vance is getting his points from every which way. There's a foul after the basket, though.
They're going to call the flopping
warning
here. And they called it at the right time because Alaska had the advantage on offense and the referees did not stop the play right there and then. That allowed Alaska to get the 2 points, but yet that also gave them the opportunity to call the flopping.
Now let's send it to a man who just stepped out of GQ. As to what GQ is, I'll tell you later. Gino Rufino.
Thanks, Seb. I spoke to Ginebra assistant coach Juno Soler earlier during the break, and he told me that they have to communicate on defense. They sometimes switch from man-to-man and zone, and every now and then you see players playing man and playing zone, so they have to be all on the same page. On offense, they need to get out of transition more. If Alaska gets back on D, they have to feed the post. Guys?
Thanks a lot. Of course, you did step out of Gentleman's Quarterly like Helterbrand did so.
You know, in the glory days of Barangay Ginebra, these were the 2 guys that carried it from that guard lineup. Yes, that guard lineup has thickened. There's more talent there. But then, if you want leadership, these are the 2 main guys, Mark Caguioa, JJ Helterbrand, and they have the first 2 baskets for their team here in the second half.
Here's Daniels going all the way, and they call the offensive foul. And Barangay Ginebra can't believe it. So does Daniels. Just his 3rd personal foul. Watch this.
You can see here that Simpson was already bracing for the contact. And he did get it with that elbow and that arm. So good call by the referee.
In the meantime, Alaska getting a break here. Opportunity for Ginebra to inch in even closer. Here comes Tenorio trying to break down the defense of
and you know, Tim Cone has a beef here, and he is right. If you're gonna look at if you're gonna look at our replay, there is second motion on the part of Ronald Tubid right in front of the referees, and that's why Tim Cone is very upset. He has to protect his star players. Let's take a look at that replay.
I think he wanted something more.
Well, look at this. This is, you know, LA Tenorio is going to do a couple of stop and goes. This is the first stop and go, and then he's going to attack. This is the foul right there, and this is the extra motion right there. You see that left foot of